guys, we're here. You're at the Natural Progressive, in case you didn't know. I have Whitney from the Green Report here with me to discuss things going on today and craziness. So I'm just pulling up my chat so I can see y'all um, chatting and stuff and things, getting my pages ready to go over. Um, I gotta pull up the chat again. I just made the chat go behind the other stuff. Sorry. So, hi Kim Centeno, Sandy, and Bio, and Pat the Batman fan. Hey, it's 6:02. Where's our entertainment? Okay, it's 7:04 here now, but sorry. Uh, we, yeah. I've been ready for half an hour, but
Hopefully I won't freeze, right? So here we
yeah.
go.
Whitney made a technical adjustment to hopefully prevent freezing tonight. So hopefully
Yes.
that works. We're crossing fingers. Um, let's see. Who else? The bio is here, of course. Ecosfanat, hello to you too. Um, hope you're okay. Yeah, I know. We gotta send out good vibes to Sandy. She's having a rough time. Um, her health, of course, is not the best. So, you know, give her lots of love. Shout out your love to Sandy and vibes and healing and all that stuff. If you believe in all that, which I kind of do. Well, I believe in good vibrations and that traveling. Bio says, I bet you're all desperate to see my ugly mug live on the Natural Progressive. I love to see Bio live on the Natural Progressive. I think he'd be very entertaining. Um, Hans, Whitney, I hope you won't freeze tonight. Yeah, you read that earlier. Anyways, am I missing comments? It's Whitney freezing. And Val's here. Hello, Val. Okay, Whitney disappeared on me, but is what it is. Okay, let's just start out with this. I'm going to see if I can pull this over so you can see it. Um, let's see. Put this in front of my ugly mug. This is just a very interesting story while I'm waiting for Whitney to come back. Let's see. So the stock futures fall on report of U.S. or a first U.S. coronavirus case of unknown origin. That means it's spreading through community spread. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Get rid of that crap. Um, so of course Trump's blasting away everything's fine. U.S. stock futures that traded lower on Wednesday night, even after President Donald Trump tried to assuage concerns over the coronavirus. The CDC confirmed the first U.S. coronavirus case, this is 2 hours ago, of unknown origin in Northern California. As you know, there's like several people on voluntary lockdown quarantine in California. Um, I think 7,000, I think. There's also a bunch in New York, from what I understand. So the CDC doesn't know exactly how the patient, California resident, contracted the virus. Dow futures fell 53 points and indicated a loss of 74 points at Thursday's open. S&P futures and Nasdaq 100 futures slid at least 0.2% each. God, I hope I don't cough through this whole thing. Trump said in a news conference the risk of coronavirus to people in the U.S. is still very low. He added the U.S. is going to spend whatever is appropriate to deal with the virus. Trump also put Vice President Mike Pence in charge of the U.S. response to the coronavirus. Oh, I feel so much better. I don't know about you guys. Um, the president said stocks should recover from their recent swoon, but as Trump spoke, the news about the community spread coronavirus case added to concerns that the coronavirus is spreading at a rapid pace, hitting stock market futures. Worries over how the coronavirus will impact corporate profits and global economic growth have roiled in the U.S. stock market this week as the number of confirmed cases increases. South Korea has confirmed a total of more than 1,200 cases. About 400 people have contracted the virus in Italy. Microsoft warned it will not meet its revenue guidance for a key segment in a statement. The supply chain is returning to normal. Hi, Whitney. I guess Whitney's back.
Sorry.
You're good.
All right, this is just one of these days right now. I'm sorry. Here we go.
Okay. I,
I'm
I
like,
have this. I didn't share this page to you, but everyone else can see it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I was just talking of reading an article about um, the first U.S. case that they can't trace. Like, they don't
oh,
know where it
okay.
came from. That came out right as Trump was getting a speech about how it's no big deal. Um,
Okay.
so anyway, so the Dow has fallen more than 8% from its record high set earlier this month. As this week's selling has progressed, we have seen some evidence of increased caution on the part of investors. Okay, I can't read any more of this. But anyway, find this article. It's on CNBC if you want to read the whole entire thing. It goes through that, all that information. I just wanted to share that with y'all because it's quite interesting that we have our first U.S. coronavirus case of unknown origin, which indicates community spread. So, very interesting there. What do you think, Whitney?
Does it say like specifically where it was located?
It said it was in California.
Oh shoot.
I know.
Oh, God,
I'm
here we go.
sorry.
I know but this is okay. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
starting to get nervous about it, I guess. Like it's starting to like make I don't want to say panic,
I'm
but
not panicked. I mean, I really I don't I'm not too worried about getting it. I am, however, following the economic part very closely, and because women and children aren't really catching it and dying from it. It's mostly men of older age.
interesting.
So I do worry about my spouse and stuff. Um, yeah, and I don't know. And economic collapse is, I don't think they're, I'm like, close the airports, close all that, and that's more me wanting to have economic collapse because I'm cheering that on a little. Um, but I did go to many, that's what I do for a living. I go to Home Depots and Lowe's, and every store I go in, I check for the masks, the respiratory masks, all gone, all gone.
Oh,
And
they're out.
yeah, and I was talking to a Lowe's guy in the department that sells them, and right as I went to talk to him, another guy was asking for those masks, and he's like, "Nope, they're gone. We won't be getting any for quite a while. They're all on back order in China." Aw, thank you, Sandy. Sandy says love and hugs, and Sandy's 4.99. Thank you, thank you. You're so sweet. But yeah, they're gone. They're gone. It's every single store. I have 41 stores. 41 stores. I have not found one that has masks yet in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I read something on that. We don't have enough masks. Hospitals could be overcome. Like that's what I wrote down in my notes.
Yes,
So
and it's even worse here than in the countries. The most developed countries have a healthcare system where you don't have to pay $3,500 to get tested for the virus. I guess that's what it costs because it's not covered by your insurance company. So that test costs $3,500 to get. So US is the least prepared of all these countries to handle this situation, the very least. So very sad that people can't understand that we needed Medicare for all a long time ago.
mhm.
Because the rich are the ones that are going to be able to survive it. The rich are the ones that are going to um, get the health care they need. They're the ones that are going to get tested. They're they'll get the best health care, while everyone else, it's either emergency rooms, which may be overrun very soon. We don't know with the incubation period and all that. We could have a huge problem. Huge
So
problem.
yeah, the CDC officials they warned of the coronavirus breaking out in the United States and
Mhm.
just
Horstein did a great video on that, super long, but it's a great video.
okay.
Yeah.
So going south TV, there's a shout out. Oh no. Wait, my
Yeah,
internet is good. My God, I'm getting nervous. It's this coronavirus thing. It's starting to get to me. Um
I can see why.
So the hospitals, businesses, and schools should begin making preparations. I'm reading my notes.
Uh-huh.
And then it says cities and towns should plan for social distancing measures, which
Which is
kind of freaked me out.
it's easy to do in
Can you
countries.
hold on? I'm gonna have internet.
Yeah, she just anyway, that's easy to do in countries that are communist run. Sad to say, but they have so much control over their people and they're used to being controlled. But when you're in the US and people don't like to be controlled, they want their freedom. I think the spread's going to be worse. Hopefully, Whitney stops racing really soon. um, that's kind of a sad thing. Since my husband got a notification at his job about how to change their processes and procedures in the school because of Corona, and we live in the middle of nowhere, and he is in a school in a small school. Wow. And you own a real gas mask. Nice. But I don't think you need the real. I think you just need the one that will control the viruses. I don't know. Because we're not. Gotta love that Kim probably staffed it with cronies. Yeah. Okay, let's see. 45. Okay, she's talking about 45 cut funds from the CDC last week. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, right in the middle of this mess that Trump's cutting funds for the Center of Disease Control. I mean, but does it really surprise you, really, when they're putting an oil baron in charge of the freaking Environmental Protection Agency that wanted to see it gone? Doesn't surprise me in the least. um, yeah. Hi, Zox. I guess Zox is listening. Cool. Um, yeah. Anyway, the U.S. is the very, very, very least prepared to handle this situation of all the countries, especially with um, President Trump, who doesn't he's more worried about economy. So do you think he's going to take any precautions as far as shutting down any businesses, keeping people home from their jobs, keeping it from spreading? He's not going to do what China did. He's not. He's going to just push people to keep working and tell people it's all good, it's all fine, and people are going to go to work and they're going to get sick. And most people who don't have good insurance plans, or even if you have insurance, it's not covered by, the test is not covered. So you're going to go in, say you have the flu, and they're going to send you home, and you're going to continue spreading it. So we are the least prepared country to deal with this situation of all the nations. I swear to God, I am totally convinced of this. Maybe I'm crazy. Um, maybe I don't mean to fear monger at all, but and I'm not extremely worried about catching it myself. I would like to be quarantined home though. Um, I'd love to be home just gardening and stuff, but I guess we'll see. Hopefully when he comes back. That's just, yeah. Bernie did not defend the Castro regime. Oh, now you're talking about Castro and Bernie. Wish Whitney was here. He didn't defend the Castro regime. He said the same thing Obama said, so it's only bad when Bernie says it according to the establishment. Um, actually, I'm really jealous of Cuba because how they've kept things the old way and they become very independent. I like Cuba. I think Cuba is a really good example of how we should be living locally, depending on ourselves. But that's not the way the U.S. does it. We want to rely on global markets that could get shut down at any minute, just like what's happening with the medical supplies. Um, China makes most of the medical supplies. They make a lot of our what do you call those, antibiotics and other medications, and those are going to be cut off. They now China's getting people back to work, but I don't think they have the virus fully contained. But this is the thing I worried about from the get-go: economy over people, and they're sitting there weighing those two things, and I think Trump's going to be even worse in that scenario. Clearly, we won't agree on this. I'm against Bernie and I'm against you. Okay, well, I don't know why you're against Bernie so bad. Um, I am a little pissed that he follows the Russia thing, which only works against him, but that's a different story altogether. Um, I don't know. I'm already socially distant. I never leave the house except for goddamn doctor's appointments. I would love that. I love my house. I could do so much here. Okay, Val, thank you for the $5. It's a big dodo sandwich, and we all got to take a bite. Pretty much. I never feel negative toward you for your beliefs. I just don't want to do that. Yeah. Yeah, there's no use. I mean, people have their own opinions, and as far as I'm concerned, you can have your own opinion. Just allow me mine too. That's all I ask. The U.S. don't like Cuba because Castro revisited our empire. Oh, resisted our empire. Yeah, exactly. And they ended up on the better end of things because they became independent. Hi, Blake. Sorry you're late. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry you're late too. Hate my dad. Hello, Blake. Very good to see you. Um, Basil, namaste to you too. Um, the real gas mask we bought with us, brought with us to DC in 2016 because we did not know what to expect from the cops. Hmm. Oh, so you were protesting probably. That's cool. I would love to go to the Democratic Convention in Milwaukee this year if they try to screw Bernie. Yeah. Um, I'm afraid it's going to happen. If he gets over 50%, they'll have a really hard time doing it. But um, if they don't, if he gets like 48, they're going to say, "Oh, all these centurists outnumber you." So all their percentages added up. People want a centrist. I think that's what they're trying to do. I'm going to work and expose myself and endanger my family. How are they going to be staffed enough? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, how are they going to be staffed enough? I mean, on one hand, we need people to go to work so other people can eat and have food and all that. And on the other hand, if people do that, everyone's going to get sick. So, not everyone, but a good percentage, a very good percentage is going to spread. And the other thing is, they say, oh, it'll probably die out over summer, but it's in Australia now. Australia's winter is coming on, not summer. So it could keep alive there and then come back. So it could wane a little bit in the northern hemisphere and then come back. But they don't know because it's a new strain. So no one knows how it's going to behave. They're already really surprised at the long incubation period and um, and people not showing symptoms but still spreading it. And who knows if the kids that supposedly don't get it, maybe they're still spreading it. And then there's the two kids in Italy that just got it. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, Jackard. Important to dwell on your personal mortality daily. Well, I try not to dwell on my personal mortality. I try to enjoy it, but the problem is when you're going to work, how do you enjoy your life when you're just working and you knowing you're causing crap? I don't know. All right. I'm really worried about Whitney. I don't know where she went. Damn it. That's not cool. Where did Whitney go? All right. So, thank you, Blake. Yeah, smash that like button. Um, Imagine trying to staff hospitals when this gets overwhelming. And yeah, that's the other thing, especially the emergency rooms, because that will be the U.S. citizens' only place to go. They can't just go see their physician or call a lot of places like Italy. They have one of the best healthcare systems in the world where they get sick, the doctor comes to you. So you're not going into a hospital and spreading infection. They come to you and handle it there. My daughter was in Italy for a year. That's exactly what they do. That's what they were supposed to do in China. That's their normal procedure. But when news got out that this virus was out there, they all went clamoring to the hospital to get tested, and that spread a whole bunch more disease. So I think that's how it got out of hand, and that same scenario could happen here in our emergency rooms because we're not doing anything, and you can't get tested. They're only testing people who have had connections with people. So it goes notch 57. China had a high rate of medical workers becoming infected. 56. I don't know what the numbers are for, but yeah, they did. And what happens when that happens in the US? I don't know. There are short hospitals now. Imagine when the Halloween Wait, hallways are full of corona patients. Yeah, I mean, have you ever went to the emergency room? You know how long it is to wait without a coronavirus going on? It's like hours and hours. You just sit there and wait, and with all these people coughing and hacking and gagging, you're like, oh my God, oh my God. Hi, Vanessa Kitty, welcome. So, I'm going to do that for my husband tomorrow because he is on several medications. Okay, suggesting a 3-month script. Tell them you're traveling. Yeah, good idea because those medications are going to get hard to get because most of them are produced in China. Um, I don't know how smart that is of the U.S. to do. Yeah, we're such a uh, intelligent country. Anyway, so let's move on to this. Um, Still related to the coronavirus. Mass die-off of seemingly triggered by coronavirus disinfectant. Let's see, gotta pull up your chat again while I'm doing this. Um, so the Pink Burial covered this story, and I was thinking, if it's killing animals, then what is it doing? And every city is going to be spraying this disinfectant everywhere, trying to get rid of this virus. And so this is just the tip of the iceberg, as far as I can tell. Um, More than 100 wild animals were found dead in a Chinese mega, megacity, and tests show that they were poisoned by the disinfectant that's being used to combat the coronavirus. At least 17 species of animals, including wild boar, weasels, and blackbirds, were affected by the mass die-off. Nanchang Strait Animal Rescue claims that the authorities are killing domesticated animals outright amid fears that they can spread the coronavirus. Animal activists shared distressing footage on Weibo. Bloodied animals, a man hitting a dog with a stick, and an officer poking a lifeless dog. This is sad to me. Again, this is Business Insider. You guys can go to this and read the whole story. It doesn't sound like um, a whole lot of animals, 130 something. But if it's killing mammals, you know damn well it's going to kill insects, and we already have an issue with insects. So, um, what's this going to do? What's the fallout going to be? Um, I don't know. What's your guys' feeling on all this? Hunger kills around 9 million people die of hunger and hunger-related diseases every year, says Human. True. That's why we should lower the population so we can feed everybody. What chemical they're using? I don't know. I don't think it was DDT. I think that's been out a long time ago. I don't think they even say. It just says the one they're using to disinfect. It's actually raining ice here in the blizzard warning. It's 1 to 2 feet of snow by Friday. Wow, Sandy. By Friday, it will be in the 50s here. That's really kind of warm for the end of February. And today it was only supposed to be 38, but I had to use the air conditioning in my car. I'm pretty sure the high wasn't 38. So I've never ever had to use the air conditioning in my car when it was 38 degrees. Not in my life. And yesterday in the morning, first thing in the morning, I looked at the temperature on our outside thermometer. It's supposed to be in the 20s, and it was showing 45 on our outside thermometer. So um, something's wrong there. Something's definitely wrong. If it was in the 20s, my plants probably would survive. That I've already direct sown some seeds outside, so those would die if it was in the low 20s. But I think they'll be okay. I don't know, because I think they're not telling us the truth about the temperatures. I'm getting on with Kevin Sandblum there. I mean, conspiracy theory is it was not that cold today. It wasn't 38 degrees high today. Had to be way higher. If I had to use my air conditioning, it was not 38 degrees. I am sorry. Every 15 seconds, a child dies of hunger. Another reason not to have children. bring them into this world where they're not gonna have water and they're not gonna have food. It's horrible. It's horrible. Hot flash. I do get hot flashes, but I don't think that's what it was. God, unless I'm having all the time now. 59 tomorrow here in Washington. Oh, nice. 59 is pretty good. That's pretty good. I'd like that. I can't wait for that. But at the same time, it's like it's warming up. It'll warm up too fast, and it'll get like before you know it, it'll be 100 degrees. Especially with all the air traffic that's slowing down and that. There's no kids. Planet Earth has a fever from climate change, and the corona is autoimmune killing of parasitic cancerous humanoids. True, true. Val, sea level rise a bit faster. Wait, who? 2 days ago, oh, 64.9 in Antarctica. Oh my God. See, that story is even been, yeah, it was a while ago, it was close to 70. So that's not changing. And all the coronavirus is detracting from the news of the crazy weather, which is only getting worse. We're only getting high winds and a couple inches, but the driveway will be an ice rink. Hope things are better for next visit. Diesel out there in New York as well. Um, Craziness. Hope you get fired so you can broadcast. Oh, thanks, Val. Hope I get fired. You never know. I might get fired if I can't focus on my job. Uh, Rescue an animal, Blake. I wish I had a kid. Sucks being single and no kids. Animals are wonderful. Little puppies. You can always adopt kids too. And believe me, adopted kids mean this just as much. And they're already there and they need a home. So I believe in adopting animals and adopting kids. My animals are my kids. I'm just looking for my animals. I think Taffy got locked out. Um, anyway, no more animals. Lost my dog at 9. Can't do that anymore. I lost 4 animals in the last 6 months. I know it's hard, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened to Whitney. I think she lost her internet or something. She's really sad. Because I can't get this going by myself. But where are you, Whitney? Where's Whitney? Um, Curtis, but that would be great if you broadcast more. Wait, what? What are you kidding about? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Val. I mean, I would love to broadcast more. First, I gotta get so I don't have a fever every day. It's horrible. Horrible. Yeah, I might be having hot flashes, but that doesn't explain it being like 45 degrees when they said it was 29. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, Sandy just put up a link for a Gem and Dar Jem Bendel and Darj Mal video. I'm pretty sure that's who she means. So check that out. Never say never when your animal goes. They send you a thought to please share what I had. I don't regret having any of the animals of mine that passed away, so I love them all, and I will always remember them, and we still talk about them and how funny they were. And the new dog we have is kind of a mix of every dog that we've had. Like he's just like has characteristics. He's his own dog. It's kind of cute. Anyway, time for Val in a wig. That's okay. Well, we have a half an hour left, so if someone wants to jump on, since I don't know what happened to Whitney, she's having internet issues. There's the Zoom link. If anyone wants to jump on, I'd love it if Sandy would jump on, but I would rather dress up like the Joker closer to True, Val. True. Very true. You're doing fine. If I didn't look like shit and feel like shit, I'd come on like that. Well, I feel like shit. I look like shit. You can't see all the crap on I mean, this camera hides it, I guess, the lighting and stuff, but I still have, even though it's not discolored anymore, it's scaly, horrible. It's embarrassing. What do you mean question? Question. You have a question? What's your question? Just tell me your question, Val. Damn it. I think I can still get it to prevent any further outbreak of it because I'm prone to this goddamn virus that lives in my stinking spine. Oh, yeah, you poor thing, Sandy, your back issue. I know you're talking to Kim, but anyway, 3 cats and a German Shepherd and a little apartment and one stray cat outside. Yeah, I'd be the same. I love German Shepherds. One of the dogs I lost was German Shepherd. Adopted 1 kid and now I have 4 grandkids. Wow. Wow, Basil. Gotta love the grandkids. It's hard to deal with it, but I do love. I love my grandkids. They are not blood grandkids. They're my son's new wife's kids, but I love them every bit as much as I'd love any other kids. So I'm just happy they're 8 and 10 instead of newborns because they can ask me to babysit and I'll actually do it. Um, Val says, "Do you find it interesting that animals are not getting the corona?" Okay, you don't have to repeat that so many times, Val. Is that is what the virus says. It's mutated to attack people. They're not reporting animals with corona. I'm not a scientist, damn it. I don't know how that works once it mutates to people. I don't know. The wasting disease is the one I was talking about before that affected all the reindeer or something, and they had to kill them, and also is in the oceans with the sun starfish, the I don't know, a big starfish that got the wasting disease as well, and body parts would fall off. Um, yeah, and that they're pretty sure came from the Arctic. So, ah, 6 grandkids. Wow. I wonder why animals are not getting corona. Seems Gaia spread animals. Gaia. Thumbs up for Gaia. Uh, wow. Yeah, I've got 2 grandkids, but possums are immune to most viruses. That's interesting. But don't they get you sick though? Yeah, so they carry a lot that get you sick. I don't know. Lake, no. Or was it? Anyway, so, who is it that has the possum? Say Tokyo Olympics will be canceled. They might be. I think possums are cute. They're just adorable. Okay, I can't continue this all on my own. Damn it. I talked about all the stuff I had. Whitney was supposed to fill in the rest. Unless someone comes on, I'm going to cut this short because I don't feel good anyway. Run them on. Aw, it's sad. Aw, Oz. Thank you, Oz. You're sweet. Oz, you should jump on with me really quick. I lost Whitney. I don't know what happened. You do it for me, Oz. Thought the virus actually came from bats or penguins. That's what I trying to ban them. Um, there's some speculation that like they can't um nail it down exactly, and they keep changing it. Bats, snakes, pangolins, but um, they don't know. I mean, they're guessing, but but the first 4 or 5 people that had it never had any contact with that seafood market where it supposedly came from, the open air market where they have the live animals and all that. So the first 4 or 5 cases that they found had no connection to that. So there's some controversy on that, but I am not an expert, so I'm not going to say that that's what's really happening. Say Val or animals getting coronavirus. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it, but when something's happening to people, if it's happening to animals too, they ignore what's happening to the animals and just talk about what's happening to the people because people are speciesist. They don't care about the animals. Not bear. Not bear. Oh, Pat the Batman fan. Yay! God. You're going to save my life, but you're sideways.
I am.
Yes, you're sideways. There you
Is
go.
it?
That's better. That was funny. Pat Flanagan.
Say, have you noticed that animals are not getting coronavirus?
Yeah, or either that they're just not talking
Yeah,
about
but
it.
I heard it somewhere, and I can't quite remember where. But yeah. There you go, Val. We asked.
No kid.
I
Well,
mean,
I read his question.
I'm just
Let's
kidding.
see. I'm gonna look it up really quick. Um, so what's going on in your world?
Oh, you don't really want to know.
Okay. Sure, we want to know. What's your thoughts about like things like what's going on with the election, the freaking debate they had, and I
Yeah.
didn't watch it. Sorry.
I'm hanging on by my fingernails, so I'm not concerned with anything that's like outside of my very limited scope of concern right now. So, I mean, it's who knows what's going to happen. Like the rules don't apply to anything anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Bernie looks like he's got some momentum, but they keep proving that they're just going to keep messing with him.
Oh, absolutely. They
No
are.
matter how it looks, because I mean, he's threatening. I mean, the party's over if he gets in office, so to speak.
Right. And then he keeps doing that thing with the Russia. He's like legitimizing that, and that only hurts him.
Yeah, that was yeah,
What
yeah.
the
That
hell?
biting him in the ass. Well,
Don't do that.
I don't know. I don't know why he. But yeah, that's what happens when first you practice to deceive.
Right. Right.
Well, yeah, it's I don't know what's coming up. South Carolina, right?
Yes. I
I
don't.
just,
Yeah. I have no feel for what's going on in South Carolina. I really haven't paid much attention.
he's even with Biden apparently. He could win, I guess. I don't know. It's just like waiting to see what kind of stunt they're going to pull next. Is basically,
Pretty much.
it's like
I
what
think
depth will they stoop to next?
I think California is going to be the next big one with the crossover ballot thing. Just
Yeah, I don't
my
even know.
thoughts.
Who knows if my vote will get counted? I'm doing the mail in, and who knows where it goes when you
I
send it in.
I put in for
And they,
mail-in, but I'm gonna have to change. Um, I'm independent right now, but we have same day registration, so I'm gonna have to register for Super Tuesday
hmm.
as a Democrat.
Goodbye, super. I don't know what everybody's talking about in the chat. I can't see it, so I was just kind of
Okay, Basil says, do
just jumped
genetic
in.
viruses cross from animals to people? MERS from camels,
Where's
says Sandy.
Jim when we need him?
I know. Jem Bendel. Are you talking about Jem Bendel
Jim
or?
Massa.
Oh, Jim Massa. I know. Well, he's not on Women's Wednesday. You're my honorary woman, and I
Oh,
I had Whitney's.
I am honored.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I don't know how that works. I was just looking it up on the animal viruses, but it's not really coronavirus disease in
Well, they mutate.
dogs.
I mean, they mutate, right? Because originally the bird flu. I mean, it came from birds, and then right, so it's got to be able to mutate to humans.
Yeah. So why
I
would
don't.
they infect the animals too?
I
Like
don't. I
after they mutate? I don't.
completely outside of my
Totally outside
knowledge
my
base.
expertise. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist. I have no idea. Damn it, Val, ask questions that I can't answer. What's wrong with you? You know I can't answer that. Whitney is permafrosted. That sounds. Um, he could do echo. Okay. So, are you seeing any shortages in your supermarkets where you are, Pat? Just curious.
Me, I see them periodically, but I don't. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that's like a pattern yet or anything.
The only thing I've noticed is the masks. Like, they're just gone.
Yeah, I saw that picture. That's kind of interesting.
Every single store I go to, they're gone. And I visit 41 stores, and they're all gone. And I talked to a Lowe's manager today, and he was saying that they can't get them in because most of them come from China, and the production and shipments have all been shut down. So my concern is what happens when we need medical supplies and they all come from China, and China's been shut down. Um, and if they even start producing again, it takes so long to get them here and produce them. It's like, what do you?
Yep.
I don't know.
I think there's about a bunch of different ways we could, an outbreak could screw us. That you were talking about the hospitals earlier. Yeah. If you just go to the emergency room for anything, the wait is outrageous. At least where I am.
Without
Early in the morning.
anything, that's without any other thing going on. That's just a day, like every day. So U.S. is so ill prepared for something like this. I am so convinced that the U.S. would not handle it well for so many reasons. So many reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched that little video of Trump talking about it. It was basically everything's just great. Everything's all.
It's just
we did web. Just his normal idiotic stuff, and then Pence comes on and basically just kisses his butt behind him, and it was, he's not any kind of use to anybody.
Right.
They cut the CDC budget, and we're not ready for sure now. The problem is, again, it's the drug companies. There's no profit, and if there's no profit in developing a vaccine, they're not going to work on it. Or no sense of urgency. They dropped the development of the SARS vaccine after the outbreak was contained. But if they had kept working on it, apparently they could have been, because they're related somewhat, we could be closer to developing some kind of vaccine. But at this point, a vaccine is useless.
Yeah.
It's pile that on the things of shit to worry about.
No kidding. Exactly. It's one thing right after another, but don't you feel so much better that Mike Pence is in charge of this?
Oh yeah, he's on top of it.
It's crazy. Basil says there's a virus that recently infected almost half the swine in Central Asia, and suddenly we have the coronavirus. I think there is a link. Could be. I mean, I like out of the box thinking, and people like brainstorm. It's like, what the hell is happening? Because the media isn't telling us the truth. Certainly not the propaganda that comes from the Chinese government-owned media, and certainly not from our corporate-owned media. We're not getting the truth. So, and then they get pissed that you have conspiracy
theories. How can you
theories.
be so cynical, Chris?
Right. Just supposed to believe everything everybody tells you. By the way, hi, boiled rope lamppost. And he says duck and cover. Yeah. I wish I could.
Yeah, I got in a conversation again in the YouTube comments section. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, but I made a comment. It was about the debates and how some of the live streams of some of the progressive news channels were getting shut down for doing like live coverage or whatever of it. Talking about it, and CBS is shutting them down, and it's like, my comment was, why is that? Why are these not just, if there's anything that should just be public domain, it's political debates for a presidential race. I mean, that if there's anything that's made to be like reviewed and disseminated by the public and watchdog groups and independent media, it's that. Ostensibly, it's the most important decision we make is public.
It used to be where all the media had to cover them equally, all the candidates and all that. That used to be a thing, and it was public to watch it, reuse it, criticize it, whatever. Now that's totally changed because it's owned by corporations and not the people. It's not controlled by the people. We don't have public broadcasting really anymore. Even the public broadcasting is bought out by corporations that donate to them.
Koch
So,
brothers and oil companies.
yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So,
Yes,
like,
it is. Michael
it's all.
Cooper is here. Okay, I'm not going to type it because I'm going to just say, hi, Michael Cooper, CB, and who else am
Whoa,
I
he's coming
missing?
right at us.
Whoa, what happened?
3D.
Sandy is going to bed, so say goodnight to Sandy.
Good night, Sandy. I hope you feel better.
Yeah, we all do. We all love Sandy. She's the best.
It's dealing with persistent health problems is not fun.
I know. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm not as bad off as Sandy is. I'm still able to work for now, so I don't want
Good thoughts.
to.
Thoughts your way, Sandy.
Yes. Good thoughts and vibes and happiness. Still want to know what happened to Whitney, but thank you for jumping on. That
Sure.
helped me fill out 10 more
Waiting for
minutes.
my wife to get help.
Mhm.
I wish I knew how to juggle or something like that.
Yeah,
That
how
would
to
be
do that. Oh, my poor husband gets ignored all the time. I'm doing this. I get home from work. Sorry, gotta go start my show. Nice to see you.
yeah.
He's such a good trooper about it. He lets me do it. But
Good.
that's rare, I guess. Let's see.
I'd show you my cats, but they've abandoned me.
Aw, I have bear hair here. The soul survived. Oh,
Aw.
bears.
Hey,
Say hi,
buddy.
bear. Isn't he
Hey,
cute?
baby.
He's old fart. He's adorable, but he's an old fart.
Yeah.
All gray in the mouth.
And animals are awesome.
They are. I don't know where Tuffy went. I think he got locked out. Huh. Where'd Tuffy go? Huh? He's my mascot. He's usually right on the bed behind me, but I don't know where he went. I think he got locked out of the room. Okay, so guys, anything else going on that
What
we
else
need
we
to?
got?
I don't know. Like I had my stories. Whitney was going to talk more about the politics stuff, which I really haven't followed because honestly,
Why bother?
it pisses me off
Why
so bad.
bother?
I know, it pisses me off so bad. Um, I gave up, get my hopes up for anything real to happen, and it's getting later and later, and things are getting more wrong, and Trump's an idiot, and then I'm surrounded by Trump tards. Oh, that's what I was talking, not Trump people. The Trump person that I spent a week with doing work, who's my coworker. I had to go out of town in Washington, and I had to go to Montana to work with him, and he's a Trump person. And any subject, I don't know, but Trump's right. I don't know, basically, is all he said. Trump's right. Trump's right. And he went to Europe. So I asked, and I talked to him yesterday, and I asked him, how was Europe? What did you think of Europe? And he's like, God, it just makes me so happy I'm in the U.S. And I'm like, well, what was it? Because, my daughter went to Italy. My daughter is in New Zealand now. There's so many things that are really great about those places. What did you not like about it? Oh, everything's not modernized. I mean, I don't see how old people or disabled people get around. It's just everything's so old and dilapidated, and there's stairs everywhere. Like, well, maybe that's why people aren't overweight. It's like, and also the younger people actually take care of their elderly and disabled in other countries. So maybe they don't have to, risk life and limb to go out and to go to the store to get shit because people take care of their elders there. Uh, yeah, that was a fun conversation. It's like it seemed to me like he was really looking for something, like searching for something to criticize the European countries about. And to me, that's a huge stretch. And he's talking to the wrong person anyway, because I hate modernization. I love the old stuff. I love preserving the old stuff. So preaching, oh, it's not modern enough to me is like, you're talking to a wall. That means nothing to me. I don't,
Don't you love it when you get stuck in those situations, having to listen to somebody and they're
yeah.
just completely wrong on
Yeah.
every level, but
That,
for like diplomatically for your job or your whatever situation, you can't say anything. You just have to be like,
isn't it funny
sure.
that there's the progressives are the ones that usually just shut up about it and and just like listen to it, let it go in one ear and out the other, and don't push their opinion on other people.
I don't know.
Well, if that's the way it is here. I'm in Utah, though, so
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
surrounded
know.
by Republicans that think everybody feels the exact same way they do. You know, I'm a conservative. I'm
Yeah.
a conservative. You know, I believe in religion and all this stuff, whatever. But he had plenty to say about the Mormon religion. That's crap, but his religion, he's a Christian, is fine. His is right. The Bible
Right.
is has been so correct in everything it predicted what was going to happen. It's been so right, and it's so
Yeah.
historically correct. This is what he's saying. It's so historically correct. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me on the religion thing. That's probably not a good idea. I might piss people off. I'm okay with
Well,
fearing people and all, but if you believe the Bible is like literally true, everything is literally true, then you're fucked up.
yeah. If you believe that, I mean, I don't know. Anybody that believes in Jesus, the story of Jesus, I would invite them to Google Horus, Horus. It's the base. It's the same exact story, but thousands of years earlier. You know, it's like,
Yeah. Well, that story's been told over and over and over again
I know. It's like,
in several religions. I mean, Buddhism even has a similar version, but Buddhism is at least just a philosophy. I mean, there is some sects that are more like religious, but I'm talking more like Zen Buddhism kind of thing, where
yeah,
it's science is allowed and it changes according to science, you know. So that's
right.
it's a philosophy more than a religion.
Yeah, it's basically about the oneness, right? Like,
Yeah, being
you're
one
familiar with it, but
connected,
all right.
suffering, um, like everyone's going to suffer, but it only allows you to actually feel the pleasure and joy because you don't know joy without suffering. It's a weird thing. Um, it's very philosophical, you know, but it
Yeah,
does allow for science, which is important. Bio says conservatism is not equal to Utah conservatives, you know. Well, I don't know because that's all I know is Utah conservatives pretty much, and or those idiots on TV and Fox News. But I don't know. Utah conservatives are a class in their own, that's for sure. Bias says, I believe in God, His Son Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Good for you. Don't push that on me, but good for you.
yeah.
That's
I
fine.
mean, the whole problem with religion is people just don't keep it to themselves. You know,
Right, right.
and George Carlin had a good point about um, taxing. They should start taxing churches because they enter into public policy. So if they're getting into that arena, they should pay the price of admission like everybody else.
I
You
agree.
know,
Yeah, if they're doing the business,
you could.
especially if they're getting involved in politics, like the Mormon Church did with the Section
Oh
8,
yeah,
or
the
not
gay
Section 8,
the
that
gay marriage.
yeah, that one. If they're going to get
They
involved
were
in politics,
buying. They were trying to influence the California election
hmm
on that.
oh, big time, big
The
time.
Mormons.
So yeah, don't get involved. And they're hugely involved in our state politics. All the legislature people, they go to the church to find out their opinion before they pass a bill.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
the church really decides,
I'm sure.
not the politicians. TRC Galaxy made it. Says the Bible and the American Constitution are the two most outdated ideals, still stumbling along. True. um, Imagine Abraham being a woman asked by God to kill her child. Oh God, yeah. Ugh. Either way, I mean, asking a man to kill his child is just as bad as asking a woman to kill her child, I think. But you know, I
I peeked at the end of the Bible. Whoops.
I know where'd you go?
I'm not sure. I got a
You
little
disappeared for a
battery.
second. See,
Yeah, I peeked at the end of the Bible. By the way, the devil did it.
the devil did it. Yeah,
Yeah, turns out.
it's always the devil.
Sorry, I'm
Getting.
plugging in my phone.
Oh no, you're good. I was an altar boy and found the sacramental wine. It was horrible. They have much better stuff if you go to the liquor store. You got to be smart. You only have a little. Okay. All the Mexican Jesus look like Cheech Marin from Cheech and Chong. I met Cheech Marin. I did. He was such a nice guy. He really is.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Malcolm, welcome. Poor thing stuck in Utah, almost as bad as Nevada. I actually want to move to Nevada, but in the middle of the nowhere, so, in the 11 miles out in the middle of nowhere, we found this property. It's like 130 acres or something like. No, it's 360 acres, and it's in like 11 miles away from anything else, and it's so awesome. I want it so bad, but trying to talk my husband into leaving his job is another story. Um, we could afford it. We could sell our house and have it paid in full, but no. Oh well. It's just a dream, but yeah, I wouldn't live it near Vegas at all or anything like that, or in town in Nevada. I'd live outside of town. Just totally enjoy the hell out of it. Ecos of not. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Sorry. We'll build a wall to keep out the
Echoes
Lord
of not.
Jesus. What is it? How do you pronounce it? Echoes of not, or is it echoes
Echoes of not.
it looks like echoes of not.
Of not.
Echoes of not. Yeah. Okay. It's probably you're supposed to probably say it with an English accent. Echoes of not.
Exactly.
There you go. Oh, fellow altar boy. I shall not say. Okay. I guess Val was an altar boy too. This is the point we're currently at in the collapse process. We're all going nuts. That's it. TRC, it's impossible sometimes to wait. My wife just sat in front of me and her mom that Jane Fonda is freaking out about climate collapse, and I tried to elaborate on the topic and her mom literally just went onto something else. We're so fucked. Yeah, I mean, people don't want to listen.
Oh yeah,
They
people
don't
don't
want
want to
to.
hear that.
They don't want to
People don't want to
believe
hear
it.
that.
That's why my channel is so.
Even your most open-minded friend is gonna. Yeah, people
Yeah,
they just really don't want to have that conversation.
my friend the
Who
science
can blame them?
teacher. I don't blame them. I mean, ignorance is bliss. But my very best friend right now, she's a science teacher. She understands it, but she doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I
She
kind of think deep down people sort of almost know. They just it's like too terrible to. I mean, like I said, I stumbled on Guy kind of by accident 3 years ago or whatever, and yeah, it was like right when Trump was getting elected. It was like a real bad time to learn that information.
Oh yeah.
And it's like since then there's no real value in trying to have conversations with people about it.
Yeah. Well, there is
Yeah.
her though because it's therapeutic. This is my
Well,
therapy.
yeah, no, yeah. I'm in with the normies,
The normies, right? The normies. You can't talk
yeah.
with the normies because it's
That
yeah,
right,
almost abusive to talk to the normies.
right, yeah,
I
yeah.
was told by the boss
It
that
is
I'm.
kind of like a little therapy group, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is. But we need it. I mean, you can't talk about it at work. You can't talk about it at home. You can't talk about it with your friends or your family generally. I mean, there's so few people that really want to talk about it that we need each other. We need our community because otherwise we'll go freaking nuts in our head just thinking about it and having it spin around. Once you talk about it, you can forget about it for a little bit. And then it'll build up again and then you talk about it
Yeah,
and you're fine for a little while again. It's like just a little bit of talking about it really goes a long way. um Jim Garrison, hello. He says Gaia is intense. Yeah.
agreed. That's why I appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah, I do too. I cannot believe I found
Yeah,
this community on YouTube of all places. And like 5 years ago, I didn't even know what YouTube was about. My son was doing videos on there, and he's like, "Hey, I have these videos on YouTube." And I'm like, "What the hell is YouTube?" I had no clue. I was not into the
no,
computer
it's a
thing.
sewer, Mom, but there's some good stuff on it.
No, he did.
Yeah,
He did acting and stuff, so he did some really fun videos on YouTube. Wish I could find them. They're really quite cool and entertaining.
That's,
He was really good at the camera tricks. He went to this high school that was, what do you call those? Those independent high schools. You know, the ones that take all the money from the public schools, one of those. Um,
nice.
he went to one of those. Hey, he just wanted to go. It was called East Hollywood High, and
Hmm.
he learned all about
East
act.
Hollywood, Utah?
Yeah, well, it's east of Hollywood. Hollywood is California, so
Oh, I see.
it's East Hollywood because it's east of California.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, he learned all about the movie industry and got his high school diploma there. But I'm just happy he graduated, okay? That's
Yeah, exactly.
all I cared about. There's a Mormon community called Lunt, Nevada, near Ely, Nevada. Check
Aren't
it out.
those aren't those isn't that Jake Paul guy and Logan, are they from Utah? Those two morons?
Um, Jake Paul, what? Which
Oh,
one?
never mind.
I don't
Never mind.
know, but
Let's
Lund,
not even open that. Let's not even open that
yeah,
can.
let's not open that can of worms.
They're huge YouTubers. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're from Utah, but they're
Could be.
complete morons.
There's probably a lot of complete morons.
I can't believe the garbage that uh, I guess the kids are watching these days on YouTube. I don't know who's watching it, but man, some of that stuff is
I bet.
crazy. And these people make so much money. It's nauseating.
That is
Uh,
nauseating. But, people just want to be entertained. They don't want to deal with reality, I think. I think that's the
yeah,
thing. But
yeah.
in Nevada, I love Ely. I've been to Ely, Nevada. I love Ely. That's such a fun little town. I wouldn't want to live in Ely because that's cold, mofo, windy bastard place. But the town is really cool, and there's no railroad station and museum. It's pretty freaking cool. And all the buildings have murals on them, like
Hmm.
old west murals. It's so cool. But there's all these there's all these whorehouses there too.
Yeah,
But
perfect.
there's an
It's
old
got the two things
hotel.
I look. Those are the two things I look for
There you
in a
go.
town: is murals
And
and
horse.
whorehouse.
Oh, it was really cool place
Absolutely.
to visit though. It was really cool. I wouldn't want to live there, but
I did a big mural. I did a big mural on the side of the store where my office is. If anybody's interested, you can Google it. Blast from the Past is the name of the store. Burbank and mural should get you a good look at it
oh,
if
cool.
anybody's interested. It's a big 25-foot high wall.
Wow, that you did yourself?
Yeah, my friend Mike would help me out, but yeah. And I fell off the ladder actually while I was painting. Smashed my foot up pretty good at one point, but
Oh,
yeah,
good
it's
Lord. Not your
interesting
foot.
challenge.
I bet. How'd you smash your foot
Yeah.
up? Did you get a Liz Frank fracture or something like that?
I was about 10 feet up, and I just
Oh,
tilted the ladder a little bit, and it started going over. And it's amazing how many thoughts can go through your head in that fraction of a second when this is all happening. At a certain point, I realized, okay, I'm gonna fall. I'm definitely gonna get hurt. I just don't know how bad. And I managed to kind of push myself off of the ladder, I guess, as I was falling. When I fell, the ladder, the A point, the top of the ladder, smashed me right in the face, and that. And then I got knocked out into the street, and then I kind of crawled back up onto the sidewalk, holding my face because I thought surely my nose was just broken to pieces. And then a couple people started crowding around and investigating, and I was like, "How's my nose?" And they're like, "I don't think you should move." And then after a couple minutes, my nose stopped hurting, and then my foot started kind of the shock of the impact started wearing off because I literally landed all of my weight on my right foot. It actually led my right foot about half an inch longer than my left foot permanently because I smashed my heel down flat. It like flattened it out. Yeah, it was fun.
Owie.
Yeah.
Owie, owie, owie. Oh my gosh. I can tell you my story how I broke my foot. And I
Sure.
relate with the like everything is going like, in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
I was trotting this green broke horse around barrels and she slipped like just as we were going to turn, and we were not going very fast. We were just a little trot, and she slipped and fell down on her side on my foot that was in the stirrup. It was a metal stirrup, and I had steel-toed boots on.
Oh man.
So it broke my foot like that, like right
Man.
my midfoot, right at your arch, right there. They call it tarso, metatarsals.
Yeah.
And so I broke all 5 of those and crushed my cuneiform, I guess, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh man.
Anyway, yeah, 3
Brutal.
surgeries later, it's still a mess and a painful thing. So feet just don't get better
Yeah.
that quick. They
No.
just don't, especially if you have physical jobs. I want to say hello to Jim Garrison though, and I think I saw Anthony Davis. I did. Where are you? I know I said
Jim
Anthony
and
Davis.
Anthony.
He says, just watch The Joker. Fantastic film. Speaking of Pat the Batman fan. Oh, I haven't seen any of those.
What? Just watch the Joker movie?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And you realize you're falling. Yeah, the oh fuck moment when you're like, oh shit. Yeah, I don't know what. I still have dreams about the oh fuck moment. Like, it's like, okay, just succumb to it. You know what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
there. Okay, and
Yeah.
Malcolm Mars
I'd
said
never.
horses are dangerous. Avoid them. No, don't avoid horses. Horses are wonderful. Still. Okay,
Yeah,
Blake
I'd never
TV,
broken
yes.
anything before.
Really? You're lucky. I broke both wrists, and my foot,
Jeez.
and my pinky. See how crooked my pinky is? That's very, very much broken. What else have I broke?
Oh man.
I broke a few toes, several toes actually. Broke my nose. I broke too many things. But Blake TV, yes, we do have to do a show someday. I keep telling you. I don't know. Blake TV has he's fun. He's really fun. Blast to talk to you.
Cool.
Okay, yawn and good night. Okay.
Yeah.
That's me too, because we are late getting out of here. But thank you for jumping on. My honorary woman,
Sure.
Pat the Batman fan. It was a blast. Let me get this set up to head out. I gotta get my stuff.
Did we solve any of the world's problems tonight?
I
Did we
don't.
figure anything out, Chris?
All I'm hoping is that we maybe we're therapeutic to some people. I'm hoping it's therapy for.
I'd like to I'd like to stress the importance of ladder safety. If you take anything away from this,
and horse.
Be very
safety.
careful when you're up on a.
Don't ever
And
wear
horse
steel-toed
safety. There
boots
you go.
with metal stirrups. Actually, I don't ride with a saddle since then. It's like that was years ago. I haven't ridden in a saddle since then. I ride bareback. So screw saddles. I hate saddles. I just like riding bareback.
I have never been on a horse in my entire life.
You would love it. It's not
Never
so
have
nice
I
to
been
the
on a horse.
horse. I don't like people who are mean to the horses. Like the horse is my partner. They're my friend. I have my horse Foxy that I have forever. I can go to the gate and call her, and she'll come. She'll come to me from clear in the back of the pasture. She'll come to me. She loves me. Okay, I'm not abusive to my horses at all.
Wow.
My horse loves me. And when it's summer and not so icky outside, I'll video that. I'll show you guys how cool my horse is. She loves me so much, and I love her.
Cool.
I love her even more. She's just the sweetest horse ever. Anyways, guys, all right, say goodnight to people. You don't have your chat up, do you? Okay, guys.
Yeah, I can't read it, but good night.
Okay,
everybody.
Good night, Iko, Kim, Malcolm, CB, Hans, Kim, Basil, CB. I probably said CB more time. Blake, love you. Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to get you on soon. I've been on your show a couple of times. It's your turn to come on mine. Let's see. Who am I missing? Basil, namaste. I already said that. Probably Anthony Davis. You were late, but thank you for coming. William Martyr, thank you for coming. There's a gazebo in town square. The gas prices will be high. Okay. All right. I don't know where that came from. Bio, thank you so much for being here and helping out. Michael Cooper, Val. Of course, we love Val. Then I said Jim Garrison. Um, okay. TRC Galaxy.
What a fine group of folks.
I
there.
know. We have the bestest people. And Sandy was here earlier. Okay, guys. All right. I'm out of here. Love you all. We will talk to you very soon.
Songs.